So that's really interesting. Actually, it sort of took a natural progression towards. We talk about preparation, and then you talk about due diligence. And the due diligence part, that's the toughest, is the part you were supposed to have prepared for. Like, did you not use LegalZoom for your preparation of your company? So.
Or it's a classic thing is like, we look at. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was going to say, now is a perfect time to plug two of our sponsors who are law firms. Stradling, who takes care of, is my lawyer for my companies and is a great sponsor of 805 Startups, and then SoCal IP. So if there is intellectual property you're selling to a company like Andy's, you got your ducks in a row. So give them some love.
Yeah. Get them involved, just like you need to think about your buyer early on. Get your attorney and your IP firm and your accounting firm, get them engaged early. It's tough to do that when when your funds are very limited, but you find a firm that is used to working with startups, and they get that. And so,
it's friendly to startups.
Yes. And it's like, well, look, this is going to cost you a lot of money, but if you can get this, and at least get your cap table down and at least start taking minutes when you have a board meeting. Do you have a board? It may be just the four of you in the startup, but at least stuff that you can do early on really helps down the line.
Yeah, it's funny. Every time I've been a cheapskate and done the sort of breeze through it, oh, come on, it's just us. We're going to hit LegalZoom. In a year, we'll take care of it. It's always cost me 10x what it would have cost before, and stress and aggravation, so I get it. I would like to, talk a bit. We kind of breezed way through it and into it, but I wanted to ask Andy a question at the beginning, because we are talking from the startup side. We are going real estate focused, but there are a million ways in which to raise money now. So we talked about Rayaan bootstrapping, and then we went into crowdfunding a little, but then we talked about more high level. What are you seeing is maybe the trend in the way the average smaller startup raises money nowadays, or what are the sort of options that you're seeing?
Significantly, the conventional model, the model that, the Silicon Valley model, but it was really Silicon Valley in the 80s and 90s. Was, I'm gonna get going, I'm gonna get a big VC in, and then I'm gonna go public. That really doesn't happen these days. And even the folks that could go public, are putting that off and putting that off and putting that off. But from the early stage, at one level, for example, crowdfunding. In the old days, you used to have friends and family and had angel investors. What crowdfunding platforms have given you is the ability to reach a much wider variety of investors, and I think that's why you've seen the real estate market be so successful in crowdfunding, because people it's not a commodity, but it's something that people who have done real estate investing understand. They know what to look for, and they know different markets, and this allows them, just like the early days of having Zillow, you could look at a lot of properties. Now on the crowdfunding side, you can look at a lot of properties, whereas you might be approached one by one as an angel investor. So it is a way to get in touch with angel investors and accredited investors nationwide or worldwide. So that's opening up some options. But it's also, angel investors are becoming a lot stronger than they used to be. There are people who are getting more familiar with that.
Yeah.
But it's also, because you're not having to raise as much, if you get some revenue and you have a tangible product, you can now go to a conventional lender. I mean, it's always better if you can get, lending on good terms than having to go for a big funding, for example. So there's just a lot of variety of options, and educating yourself as a startup on what's available through groups like 805 Startups. We're seeing that a lot more.